And we do have breaking news just into our newsroom now.
We're hearing about a police chase in Salt Lake County.
Sergeant Amy Ray with Unified Police Department. We're getting ready to hear from. Let's take a listen in now.
Let me know when. So yeah, walk us through what happened today, this evening.
Yeah, so earlier today, officers received a call of a domestic in a car. And so officers, as they were responding to that area, which was around South Union Avenue, 1050 East and Midvale. Once officers arrived, they started getting more information that it was actually an aggravated robbery, and they had a victim with a gunshot wound to the arm, and it was not domestic violence related. So in the process of that investigation, detectives were able to obtain a plate number and a name of an individual driving that vehicle, and officers began to go into the area and check the area for that vehicle. As officers came into the area, police techniques were able to locate the plate in another location, and they began to pursue that vehicle once they located the vehicle. Multiple times during that pursuit, the individual driving that vehicle went into oncoming lanes of traffic. It's a standard protocol for us. Once that happens, it does put the public in a substantial risk, so we terminated that pursuit multiple times. One thing is that as the suspect would then get back into a lane, we would regain a pursuit from that suspect vehicle, and officers then followed that individual to the freeway. Unfortunately, that individual driving the vehicle decided to go on oncoming traffic on the freeway, so we terminated the pursuit again at that point. We called in for the DPS helicopter. They were able to obtain that vehicle in another area, which it went from Murray to Midvale to Salt Lake City, back into Mill Creek. We had detectives locate that vehicle in Mill Creek, and they again pursued the vehicle. Officers were able to do a spike on the vehicle, and the vehicle continued to near Van Winkle here where we are. And at that point, an individual exited that vehicle, which was the suspect driver. There was another person in the vehicle. They immediately were made in contact with police and surrendered peacefully. Thanks to the help again with DPS, they followed that suspect and they located him underneath the vehicle, and we were able to take that suspect into custody safely. Both of those individuals are now being transferred to a precinct to be interviewed and go from there as far as additional charges.
Do we have any idea as far as the injuries goes? I know you mentioned a gunshot wound. How severe the injuries are, or what do we know at this time with those?
Yeah, at this time I don't know if, I wish I could answer that question if the victim was transported to a local hospital or denied medical. I don't have that information at this time, as it is evolving very actively at this point. But I know everyone on scene here was also evaluated, and again, they've been taken in for questioning.
And talking with neighbors, they mentioned it was got the scene cleaned up pretty quick. They said they felt safe the whole time. How quick was the response on y'all's part to get this under control as soon as possible?
I don't have the exact time frame from the beginning of the call till then, but just listening to the call while responding, it sounded like officers, detectives from multiple agencies were en route and responded and resolved this quickly.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah,
appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, you just heard there from Officer Amy Race there with Unified Police talking about a robbery in a car that turned into a car chase.
And we've been following along with this just in the past few hours, really. As she mentioned that all in all, it was very quick, and that's something I think we can echo. We know two people were in the car. They were able to find both of them, and they say both are heading to a precinct now this evening.
And something interesting you see in cases like this is you have local police working with state police. They had to call in the state police helicopter because they couldn't chase that car. Police couldn't all the time because it was going the wrong direction down the freeway or swerving lanes. So several police agencies working together to get this car off the street, get the suspect under arrest, and they'll be interviewing them now going forward, I guess.
And of course, this story is developing. We'll make sure we follow along with it. We'll keep you updated once we know more, both here on air and online at abc4.com.